would be our own team. Zimbabwe finished third, so we could not qualify. Those were the COSAFA qualifiers. Only one team made it, and that's South Africa. The eventual winners will beat Malawi on penalties after a deadlock. So they will be representing the COSAFA region next year in the CAF African Schools Football Championship. Now, could we have done better? Could we have won this tournament if we had the proper structures from right below, if we had caught them young? Well, we got Becky Mpilonyoni here. Becky, your thoughts on that? Could we have done better?
I think we could have done far much better. But I think from where we were coming from, where we don't have really structures, like I think in coming out with the team, they just said, Nash, bring your select, ATS, bring your select, independent.
Nash is the National Association of Secondary School Heads.
Yes. Nash, then in the ATS,
ATS is in
Association of Trust Schools.
Okay.
Then we have independent private schools as well. Then we have NAF. Those are the primary
National
heads,
Association of Primary School
Primary schools. So they said, bring your teams. Then your teams play. We select the squad. But unfortunately, because these structures didn't have selects which they had made, was their soccer ends second term. If they had selects, what it automatically could have meant was they could have brought all the stronger boys to come and compete. But unfortunately, this didn't happen, because I know one of these organizations, instead of bringing their full select, which they had selected in July, they couldn't do that because the other boys were already involved in basketball. So the schools couldn't release them to come and be part of football, because they said, third term, it's basketball season. We cannot allow the boys to be going. So in one way or another, if we had done it better, I think we could have had a better team, which could have done far, far much better than what we did. But with where we were coming from, and I think with the coming third, yes, from where we were coming from, we did very well, the way I look at it. Although I still feel there is room, because after having had this, what it means, next year we're going to have another select. What it means is all these organizations should sit down and say, let's have zonal selects, instead of saying, let's have individual teams, schools. Let's have zonal selects where individual schools play. You select a zonal team. The zones, they meet. You select the district. Then the district, you select the provincial. From the provincial, we now have got a national. We have included nearly everyone who is supposed to be looked at. And that on its own will help us to bring a stronger team. After doing that, we also need to be having enough time to prepare for this competition. Because if we want to get results, we need to prepare as much as we can, whereby we say maybe by July, all selects are done, maybe 2 weeks in August, they get in camp. Then after that, you give them the last 2 weeks after closing in December. That on its own will help us to come out to the stronger side.
Right, so in a nutshell, yes, we could have done better. Although Becky seems to think, right, yeah, it wasn't bad. You know, we finished third, but we could have won it. And we could have been representing the COSAFA region at the CAF African Schools Football Championship, due to be held next year. But it's going to be South Africa. So all we can say is good luck to our neighbors from down south, South Africa, and all the best. Right. Nyere, Kadi, not Keda, not Quadra, not Quadra, no, QADR, Kadi Amini is in the house, the reigning soccer star of the year. Well, he was lucky enough to come through a youth development program during his time. So what we want to do now, we just want to hear in brief. I'm sure a lot of people, you out there, some of you might not really know how Kadi came along, but I can tell you that he was born and bred in the high-density suburb of Mumhari, where I come from as well, and he attended Chitsere Primary School. That's the school that the legendary late mastermind George Shire attended. a former soccer star, and Kadi Amini, also another soccer star. Right, Kadi, take us from Chitere Primary School.
Yeah, I grew up in Mumhari.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's a big ghetto.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, you know. It's for you also. You
Yeah.
know.
Yes. Your street is just a few meters from my street.
So I was lucky, if I may to say, to have a great potential, to have like kukura, tichitamba zvakanaka.
In the
Because
streets.
in the streets, because we grew up tichitamba Chikweshim Road.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you know, my parents, they were also great to me, because tanga time yekuti they say go and play, come do church thing, you know. But my mom, she didn't want me to play football.
Most moms,
she wanted me to do school. But my father, he wanted me to play football. So I was naughty. Yeah, because I used to go to play, you know, in this ground, what we call number 7.
Number 7.
Yeah, I used to go in the morning,
Yes.
you know, train there, then come back around 6 in the evening. Yeah, so I was doing some progress. So there was, I think that time there was this academy called Agatha Shinet.
Yeah,
Agatha Shinet.
Which was coached by Mike Madziwa.
Madziwa, yeah.
Yes,
You know,
most
Mike
of the
Madziwa.
boys came from Bali.
Yeah. So they were training at number 7. So they saw me playing there. So he said, I know, we saw you've got a great potential. So we need to for you to come to this academy. So I went and told my parents that no, I've made later lucky. There is an academy that wants me, so I think they are offering good offers. Then they at first they didn't want, you know, they didn't want, but I have passion with football. I love football.
Your mom's just saying,
You know, so I said, Mom, I think this is the opportunity for me. Maybe I will run away from the streets, you know. So yeah.
That's how you went through.
I went through,
Agatha Shinetti,
then I went to Agatha Shinet. Then we went to Mount Pleasant High School.
Oh,
we
for your high school, you went to Mount Pleasant.
Mount Pleasant, yeah. But I went Form 1 and Form 2. Then I went to AC's Academy.
AC's Academy.
AC's Academy, yeah. That's where I think I made my progress there. Yeah.
Yes, if you remember, Aces Academy, of course, co-owned by former Black Aces midfielder Nigel Munyati, runs that one together with Mark Duvilat, former Zimbabwe Warriors coach. And Aces Academy, that's the same academy that produced the great Knowledge Musona, great Hammer Billiard, and the late great Gedi Muhomwe George Chigova. May his soul continue to rest in peace. Then, of course, you all know, then Kadi, you know, he's played for FC Platinum, he has played for Dinamo Dimbari, he's played for Gezi Platinum, currently he skippers them. So, we want to go straight into that. I'm going to stay with you, Kadi. Madam Buro, what was the success of, what do you think the success of Madam Buro winning the league championship? Of course, you all know. And Gezi Platinum won the league championship. What was the success as the team that you captained in 2023? Because when it started, I will own up to you, Nyere. I sat here and I said nobody is going to catch Highlanders, and in the end, Gezi Platinum just overtook them. What was the secret?
The secret behind it was we said to ourselves, guys, this year we need to win it, but we didn't tell anyone. It was our secret in our camp. So we said, guys, I think to achieve this, we need to work as slaves. You know, a slave, he can work under difficult circumstances. You don't choose like any ground, or you or you say you are sleeping here, or you are going today, you are traveling today, you are playing today. you don't complain. You know, so we were, I think we were up to it. Tangatisina, like
hard working, eh?
Yeah,
It wasn't slave in the proper term that we know it. You know, when these colonialists came and they did horrible things. It was just, you know, to say hard work. Let's work hard.
I think the hard work pays us a lot. So, and I think the teamwork we showed, we could see our team is full of youngsters, you know, and it's very difficult to play with the youngsters, you know, coming from the development side, you know. But I think they played well. I think I managed to tell them, you know, I was your age, you know. I used to play with this when I was at Ghana's 2009.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was one
young.
of the senior guys at
yeah.
Platinum. Okay.
Yeah. So I used to tell them, you know, this is the great opportunity. You don't need to be big-headed. You know, you have to be disciplined. I think they've done pretty well. So I think the team effort that we did, and we were not looking about what like Mama teams right. We were just focusing on our team. We were not minding about other teams. You know, I think that helped us a lot to achieve this.
Right, so we are moving on with the life of Nyere, the reigning soccer star of the year, the brilliant Kadi Amini. Is pronounced Kadi, but there's no I in the first name. It's Qadr, but it's pronounced Kadi, as you heard from the horse's mouth. Becky Nyoni is also here with us as we go through, you know, the youth development program and stuff like that. Now, Becky was recently in the UK for a week or so with the under-20 Association Trust Schools, largely made up of Chisipite High School. People shorten it to cheese, not cheese, you know, but Chisipite, okay, Chisipite, not Chisipiti, not Chisipiti, it's Chisipite High School. Becky, just in brief, how did that one go when you took the boys there to the UK?
Okay, fine. This was a select group of under-20s for the private schools. The boys were selected in July, so we had to go with them overseas for tour. Everything went very well. We had our first match on Monday, last week on Monday, and we played Stamford College. They do soccer and education. We beat them 4-0.
Oh.
Yes, 4-0. Then on Thursday, we played Trent College as well. We also beat them 3-2. Then on Friday, we had a mini tournament. The main hosts, Football CV Academy. There are two teams.
I'll tell you what, Becky. Let me just butt in. We're just hearing that trip in brief. You will continue with the trip. What I just want to do is just go away. No, we're not moving from here. We're just giving that time to those who help us pay the rent here at ZBC Pocket Seal. I know I don't have to tell you this is your show and you don't want to miss it. You never want to miss it. We're just going away for a teeny weeny bit. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It is Game Plan, and we are talking about youth development. We're also talking about the league championship. We're also talking about the life and rise of the current best player in the country at the moment. We call him Nyere. That's Bullet. His proper name is Kadi Amini, spelled Qadr, but pronounced Kadi Amini. He's right here in the house. Becky was just talking to us about the trip that he undertook with the under 20 Chisipite Boys School ATS, and he had talked about winning the first 3 games and then what happened later.
Yes, we're on the mini tournament. The main academy which hosted us, Football CV, their first group played the final with our Zimbabwean side, and the Zimbabwean side lost 1-0. But I think what really impressed me is the way all the boys were playing, the effort, the technique they were displaying, such that even the coaches themselves, the Football CV coaches, they were so impressed with the technique that these boys are well coached. If they are really guided well, some of them, I think, might end up playing football somewhere else. And I, for one, also, I want to believe, I had about 3-4 boys whom I believe today, if Zimbabwe under 20 is called and they go for trials, 2 or 3 of them might make the national team.
Right, so, if done properly, if we catch them young at the right
then
age.
Charlie, I think the highlight of our tour was the Old Trafford tour. Some boys were so emotional who supports Manchester United.
Right.
The moment we got there, they were so emotional about it because this was their first time to be there. In the museum, there were so many things. There were some old jerseys which were worn by players like Beckham, where boys could be said, get that and wear it, pictures being taken.
Becky, Manu, ndo yakapaka bhazi musuya uya against Man City. Ndo yakapaka bhazi.
Yes.
Just kicking, pulling your legs, but makapaka bhazi pa ningirikina makapaka pa Liverpool, Banfield makapaka. That's Becky's team, Liverpool. You know what? Let's find out. What's the favorite team of Nyere overseas? If he has one in the EPL or whatever, Kadi. I mean, what's your favorite team?
Arsenal.
Arsenal. The Gunners. The Gunners. Yeah, because he pecks shots like coming from a gun, Nyere. So if you didn't know, Arsenal, that's his favorite team. Yes, we are continuing with the show, and we've got Kadi Amini in the house. Now, Kadi, I just want to talk about something. I just want to talk about, I'm sure the congratulations are still coming for you as Soccer Star of the Year. But something I want to ask you, Kadi, what do you think about it? The Soccer Star of the Year, seems to be a lack of consistency in the past, I think maybe 20 years or so. Why I say that, Kadi, I'm going to when it started, in 1969, and it was won by the great George Shire, who went on to win it a record 5 times. You used to get players who would be on that list year in, year out. You get 4 or 5 players. Shire himself was on that list from 69 until 78. He only missed once. After he won it in 69, he missed once in 1970. Then from 71 to 78, he was on that list. And Joseph Zulu, also ex-player of Rio Tinto, was on the calendar about 6 times. 6 times, not 11 like what some people say. No. 6 times, but they were regular. Now, Kadi, nowadays, you don't get regular people. You get soccer stars coming. The following year, it's a complete set. It's a complete new set. I trust and hope that we will be seeing you, for many years to come, on that calendar. And I would want you, Kadi, to win it again next year. But just going to my question, what do you think is has been that lack of consistency in the past 20 years or so?
Yeah, it's a tricky
It's
question.
a tricky question.
It's a tricky question.
And that's why I put you in that hot seat.
Yeah,
It's a tricky question.
tricky
huh?
question. But
It's the, okay.
I think it also depends with you, with you individually. What do you want to achieve in your career? Yeah. But in Zimbabwe, I think we need to be more professional. Yeah, because if you find out in our players, most they are leaving football because of drugs. You know. Yeah,
Okay.
because of drugs and also maybe what can I say?
On that drugs issue, many players, we won't name any names,
Yeah.
but you know they've been, you know, good, wonderful, brilliant players. We've just left football, this number one sport, and started using drugs, abusing drugs, and like I said, we won't name any names, but there have been quite many brilliant players.
Yeah, many. And also the other thing is the clubs, they are not paying us, so people, we end up changing clubs. If I play at Ngezi maybe 1 year or 2 year, then I become a soccer star. Maybe next year they are saying, we don't have money to give you salary. Then maybe you are promised by Chicken Inn, come and get.
Or you're just giving examples.
Examples,
there.
they are just examples. So to be consistent now, it will be difficult. I think if you stay at one club and if you win it, then you continue another year. You know what you did in that previous year, how you worked through you reached achieve mashandiro anenge wakaita.
Right.
So you'd want to do more uripo ipapo, and the people are around you, they will help you again. So if you change again, go there.
So some of a good point there, point made by Nyere. Some of these clubs, in Zimbabwe, we're not going to name any, but I think I know you're watching. A lot of nobody misses this show here. Not only the football people, but I bumped into one elderly lady in the supermarket, and she said, I love your show. I'm not a soccer fan, I'm not a football fan, but whenever that show is on, I never miss it. Thank you so much, ma'am. I didn't ask her name. But clubs talking to you, the leaders at clubs, some of the clubs in Zimbabwe, please make sure you look after your players so that they're dedicated, they're loyal, and you pay them regularly, you pay them well, so that they can continue being at your club. Yes, it is Game Plan. Now we are having fun as always. You know that we always do. And we've got two guests, and one of them is the reigning soccer star of the year, Kadi Amini, with his sparkling trophy that is here. And well, when he came onto the show, Kadi, I'd said to you, I know that your lovely wives Esther and Millicent are watching right now, and I'd promised you that you can wave them to say hi.
Yeah.
Yes, this is your opportunity. They are watching now.
Hi, my babies. How are you?
Right. Okay. A special hi from Kadi to Esther and Millicent, and he's here just talking about his life story and the ups and downs, and we are enjoying it. Great stuff. And we'll also be asking him about the Warriors' return to the fold, what he feels like. I know he'd love to be in the new Warriors setup now, the return, but we are talking about youth development as well, and Kadi Amini coming up through the ranks, as you heard, from Chitere Primary School until he's played for a few clubs here, but he is settled now, happy. He was telling me at Ngezi Platinum Madamburo, where he is the captain. Very, very happy Kadi Amini is. Right, Becky, we were talking about you before we came onto the show. You did say you want to talk about the prospects, the excitement of a junior league in the country? Because before, many years back, we used to get, so many, junior leagues and so on. But nowadays, you don't get them.
Yes. Currently, I think there's junior league which is going on. But I think the difference is during the old days, the association was hands-on, always working with them. But at the moment, the junior leagues, the junior teams, they are doing their own things without much support from the association. That's why you find when people talk, they say there's no junior football whatsoever. But there are leagues which are going on. Here in Harare only, I know there's a league which has got about 32 teams from under 10 up to under 18 who are playing week in, week out.
Does Ziffa follow that?
Yes, week in, week out.
Yes, the normalization
when there's need, when maybe something happens, like in this case for schools, there was a competition coming, they came to the schools. That should not be the scenario. It should be a situation where they should say, how best can we move together to make sure that we develop our players? How best can we move together? And this is what is lacking, where the motherboard becomes part of the goings on, so that the system should not be just a Harare system, a Blue system, a Mumhari system. It should be a Zimbabwean system, which by the end of the day should be able to help us to produce the best for Zimbabwe, because at the end of the day, we need the best for Zimbabwe.
Right, yes, sure, catch them young. That's what I said, catch them young. Yes, even if you start catching them young at 2 years old or whatever, I remember some time ago, yes, we were on the show on Saturday Sport, and we had the mother of our current Minister of Sport, Kirsty Coventry, and she was here. And she was, she was telling us about Kirsty. And Kirsty, according to her mom, started loving going into the water at 2 years old. And, that's why she became the queen of the waters. So I think we need to do that as well. Our boys and girl children, that's the girls and boys. Let's catch them young. If you see, ameno, maybe she's got, or maybe he's got football. What do you think, Kadi? Catch them young,
Yeah, you're right. But I think Africans, we tend to ignore that, like white people. White people, they see potential, they start to groom them, catch them young. But us, we tend, no, football or any sport, hazvina basa tangoamboita mabhuku first, but mwana kana achingogona bhora teaching bhora, kana achigonawo akaona achibatawo zvemakombiyuta, takuti vanotomukurudzira kuti ngaitawo zvemakombiyuta kuti aite se akure
kana kusona encourage the girl child not to say ita zvemabhuku. But you know what, Kadi, nowadays, or in the last couple of years, more parents are supporting that. More black parents are coming to watch their kids at schools, at soccer, football. Soccer, football, at netball, at volleyball, at basketball, and that's happening. And that's really helping a lot. As parents, they should do that, shouldn't they?
Yeah, they should do that. I think. We need that support from our parents, because nowadays sports, it's paying. Yeah. So I think if our parents do that more, tinosvika kure.
Yes, we also be, that if you didn't know, well, let me tell you, the Africa Cup of Nations kicks off on the 13th of January. It will go on 13th of January, and then the final is on the 6th of February. And yes, we will be, but 24 teams are there. And we will be finding out from Nyere which team he thinks will win that tournament. Just looking at the groups. The groups are all like the groups of death. And also, if you didn't know, the FIFA Club World Cup, where you get all the best clubs, you know, in Europe, in Asia, or whatever, in Africa. We had a representative, Al Ahly or Al Akli. Both pronunciations are correct. The Egyptian club, they were there, but unfortunately they're out. They won't be in the final. The final, it will be played on Friday between. That's the final that will be played on Friday between Manchester City of England and the Fluminense of Brazil. And of course, our own Al Ahly will be playing for third place against U Jewels from Japan. So we wish them all the best day as we do that. But you know, we will be talking about the Africa Cup of Nations a little bit later. But right now, we're just touching on, you know, the youth development and finding out more about the current best footballer in the country. Now, Nyere, Madam Buru, set to represent us in the CAF African Champions League. But that will only be, you know, next August. But I think, you know, plans have to start now. Plans have to start now. And Nyere, your take on Ngezi Platinum going into Africa from a captain's perspective.
Yeah, I think, you know, Champions League, you need to go there fully prepared, you know, mentally, physically, because it's a different competition. You'll be meeting another champions there, you know, even the type of play, it will be different, you know, tactically. It's more of tactical there. You're doing musina like game plan. You know,
game plan,
yeah.
You know, like this one. Hey, Kadi, a big fan of this show. Game plan. This is the game plan.
Yeah. So you need to plan. You know, don't so. And I think we have to start looking at other clubs. How do they play? You know, the Mwenda Makakatsirira. And I think our coach Teki, we will make sure that we will go there,
prepare fully.
Prepared, Ndomtemba.
Okay. As a Ndomtemba, wow, that's slang for I really, you know, not dig him. That's not correct. Not dig him. I have a lot of faith in Coach Teki. He's talking about the head coach at Ngezi Platinum, that's Tekshua Chiragwi. We call him Deco because he was a big fan of the Portuguese winger who used to play at Barcelona, Deco. And so, you know, we call him Deco. So, you know, Kadi Amini Nyere saying that Ndomtemba, you know, plenty of faith in Coach Deco Tekshua Chiragwe. That's what we are doing. We are having fun here, also looking at catching them young. Yes, you must. Your child or grandchild or whatever, please catch them young. See the potential, and you know, really support them everywhere. It's not only, you know, it's not all about the books, you know, the academy stuff and so on. You know, I think the great Almighty from up there, you know, gave each one of us different gifts and so on. You know, some were born, gave them the gifts of being brilliant academically, and some of them gave them gifts of being brilliant on the football pitch. Lionel Messi, CR7, Cristiano Ronaldo, the list goes on. And you know, we've got our own Kadi Amini here, the reigning soccer star of the year. Now, Becky, let's go back to, you know, our junior football, youth development and so on. You know, I follow a lot of that. I follow a lot of football. I watched a few games at Gateway High School during the recently ended CAF African Schools Football Championship. Although we didn't make it, we finished third, that's Zimbabwe. But the schools that are almost paramount with football in Zimbabwe are Muzilikazi from Matabeleland region. They Pamshana High School, that's from Masvingo. And you have Rusununguko High School from Mashonaland East. You know, just to name a few. Now, what happens in these structures, Peggy? What should happen? Those schools that I'm talking, Deure, of course, from Masvingo. It's another one, Deure. And what should happen? You know, in with these championship schools, in as far as where I'm coming from is you were talking about this junior league, but shouldn't there be special emphasis to really pluck out these schools that have done so well over the years?
Yeah, I think what is important is these schools we are talking about, they have been giving opportunities to good players to say, come and learn, but you play football for us. Such that you find even some of these boys during school holidays, they will be at their clubs, then they go to schools. This, in one way or another, has helped a lot because financially, mostly these boys are helped.
Let me just butt in, Becky. We'll let him continue. Right, you can catch us, you can talk to us. Yes, of course, Game Plan Reloaded. That's our Facebook page. We are right now, we are currently on YouTube and on our Facebook page. And our Facebook page is ZBC TV. You can catch us right now. And on YouTube, you can catch us. And our handle is ZBC Entertainment. ZBC Entertainment. So yes, talk to us, watch us, likes, and as we talk about your number one sport, Becky.
Yes. So these schools, they've shown that they have got interest in football. They need everyone's support. Like you find they are involved with NASH in different age groups. So with the proper planning for tournaments and the selections for these players, it won't be surprising that next year, if things are done properly, we will see more boys coming from the popular schools which are known for football. I think this is one thing which made everyone feel our team has been weak because we don't have the main players from where we were expecting them.
Right. So youth development, youth. And, you know, I'm sure if you're watching, last week I mentioned, talked about a youngster who who stays in Hake Park, Mebrain. His name is Mofaro Chimtenga. I saw him just 3 days ago and he said, thanks CNN for mentioning my name. I never missed the show. Yeah, him and his friends. And so I was talking to you, Mofaro. Don't you want to be like Kadi Amini? In a few years' time, I bet you want to be like him. Right, we are not going anywhere. We're still staying put here. But what we are doing, we're just going away for a teeny-weeny beat. Yes, I don't have to tell you, you won't be going away because Game Plan will be right back. Remember, farmers, for armyworm, like the name says, it's an armyworm. It's organized, it has got strategy. When we are dealing with it, we also have to have a strategy and we have to attack it before
ita taxes. Tinofanira kunge takasimba takagadzirira kana kuri kuti mishonga inge yagara iripo patinenge tichitenga mbeu dzedu nekutenga fertilizer yedu. Tisazomirira kuti tazoiona musi wanhasi tochimhanya kunotenga kuchitoro. Tokurudzira kuti varimi garai mune mishonga wenyu kudzivirira kubva kune for armyworm. So varimi makomrades hondo yatachitaura naye for armyworm iyaya muri kuona kuti apa gonye rakanyatsodembura moyo wechibage. Tiri pahondo yatirwisana naye varimi. Takuchiti panguva inoyi murimi gadzirira.
Oera mdzimudzoka, oinde mdzimudzoka, kwaziwa ichangamire. Makadii muri yeZimbabwe, zita rangu nditwa Diana Samkange kana tova Mangwenya. Ndiri pano kutaura nenyaya yejira National Fabric.
Pfungwa yakanaka yakaunzwa naamai venyika, amai Auxilia Mnangagwa, nekuti inokurudzira kuti kwese kwatinofamba tikurumidze tazikanwa kunzi tiri vana veZimbabwe.
Ndo jira randakapfekawo muzuva ranhasi. Tapinda mubata. Ni hashtag jira takaenda naamai.
The bitter enmity between the
Welcome back. This is Game Plan. I was talking to some people at a sport over the weekend, and they were saying, CNN, when the football season is over, we have a difficult time trying to find out what to do. And some of us don't really follow this EPL or La Liga or whatever. We just want our own Zimbabwe football. Yes, this is what I do. I love, Zimbabwe football for me comes number one. The Warriors are number one. The Mighty Warriors are number two. And Zimbabwe football for me is number one. And then I look at Middlesbrough. Oh, by the way, we won last night. Middlesbrough in the Carabao Cup, we thrashed, should I say, Port Vale. Although, okay, they are in the League One, which is one rung below us in the Championship. But still, Kadi, if you ask Adi, he'll tell you, it doesn't matter which team you are playing. So we thrashed them 3-0. So, Kadi, you must say congratulations.
Success stuff. Success stuff.
Success stuff. But Coach Beck, that's success stuff because he's Liverpool.
Yes.
Beckinyon is Liverpool, if you didn't know. So, yeah, I got Pagirwa Buzz in okay, Mirandisi, otherwise, and Gafambe Street. All right, game plan. Right, the Africa Cup of Nations is coming. Like I said, it's going to be played. It kicks off on the 13th of January. And 24 teams are there. And we just want to look briefly at that because coming up now are those teams there. Those are the groups for the AFCON. Group A, the host, Ivory Coast, Nigeria, Equatorial Guinea, Guinea-Bissau. Group B, Egypt, Ghana, Cape Verde, Mozambique. C, the defending champions, Senegal, Cameroon, Guinea, and Gambia. Group D, Algeria, Burkina Faso, Mauritania, Angola. Group E, Tunisia, Mali, South Africa, Namibia. And Group F, Morocco, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Zambia, and Tanzania. Those are the 24 teams, as you can see there. And what's going to happen, if you keep looking there, the top two teams will go through. That makes them 12. And they will be joined by the four best placed, third placed team. So the ones that will be number 3 out of all those groups, they will look at the ones who have scored, maybe, we have the highest points, scored the most goals, and so on. It comes to all that. So the top 2 winners from each group, that's 12, will be joined by those 4 who will be placed number 3, the third place teams. So that's how it's going to go. So that they go as 16. It starts Anzi Wafa. When they go into 16, because it's a knockout tournament, and they then fall by the wayside. And if you look, I think you looked at those groups, and hey, they all look like groups of death. Right, have a look again there. Nyere is here, Kadi Amini, you know, those groups there, they all look like groups of death. Well, this one, you know, the group A, Kadi, Ivory Coast, Nigeria, I think that's, even Equatorial Guinea, you can't rule them out. Yes. And Guinea-Bissau as well, you know, yes. You can't rule them out. And there's going to be Senegal, Morocco are there as well, as you can see. And I think in Zimbabwe here, we will be, you know, siding with South Africa, Mozambique, Namibia, and Zambia. And, you know, I just want to say, I will probably go between, well, all of them. I think all of them. It depends which one, you know, will progress far. But, you know, all of them are from the COSAFA region here. I will be running with them. Kadi, any special team there that you, from the COSAFA region first? You know, if I was forced to really choose, I would probably say my number one would be Zambia. And number two would be South Africa. Maybe number two, South Africa or Mozambique. But, you know, but I think all of them, all of them. So which, okay, let me put it to you like that. I'm sure you will be backing all the COSAFA region teams. Yes, but which team do you think might progress further, you know, out from the COSAFA region? Let's start with that before we talk about the potential winners. You know, South Africa, Namibia, Mozambique, Zambia.
I think South Africa.
Bafana.
Bafana. They will progress. I think their team, they've got a good squad. You know, if you look at their games, they've consistency. So I think they will progress. I will support them. They will progress. Yeah.
But it's not an easy group, eh? Morocco, DRC, and Tanzania. You know, it's
nowadays football is changing. You know, I think we don't have to look about like Senegal. You know, they are reigning champions. So football is now full of surprises. You know, so maybe you could see Equatorial Guinea progressing.
Yeah, it's you know, like that. That's why I was saying that we thrashed Port Vale, you know, in the Carabao Cup. So there are no small teams.
Yeah, there's no small teams. Yeah.
So you see that.
If small teams come in there to fight.
Exactly.
They will be thrashed.
So Port Vale really wanted to beat us last night, but I'm going to Mdara, you know what I mean? And you had, if you're just joining us, I don't know where the heck you were, because we've got Zimbabwe's finest player living today in the studio. That's Kadi Amini, spelled Q-A-D-R, but pronounced as if there was an I between the D and the R. Kadi Amini. And, you know, Kadi didn't want to, you know, before the show, he said, I really don't want to predict who will be in the final. So we will leave it at that. But Senegal, I'm sure you'll agree, Kadi, they will be outright favorites. As the defending champions, maybe. Yes. I know anything can happen, but they're going to be the outright favorites.
Yes, I think they will be, because they would want to defend their cup. So they will come, I think, they will come prepared for this job. For that.
Okay.
So I think I'll bake Senegal.
All right. Okay. Now he comes out of his diplomatic shell. Because before he had said, I don't want to predict, but now he has come out of his shell. He thinks
because there is my favorite player, Sadio Mane.
All right. Okay. Sadio Mane. The Lions of Teranga. They will be there. And Becky, who are you backing? What do you think here?
I'm backing Morocco.
the Atlas Lions
Yes.
of Morocco.
Yes.
You think they will take the cup?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Or they will be in the final?
Yes, they will make sure they will win it. They have got potential to win it.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Okay, Kadi, before, I know we always, run out of time, but I just want to ask Kadi his dreams and ambition for 2024. What are they going to be before we go?
I want to win it again.
Soccer Star of
Soccer Star of the Year, even the champion. Ngezi Platinum Stars, But I think it's all about hard work. You have to work hard if you want to achieve. And I think what helped me a lot is, I don't drink, I don't smoke, and church thing. I'm a Muslim.
Right.
So I think that helped me a lot. Even Coach Deko, there was a point that I was about to quit football.
Yeah, but you didn't.
I didn't. Yeah,
right.
so I think.
Thanks.
Yeah.
That was Nyere Kadi Amini, the Soccer Star of the Year, the best player in the country at the moment. Just leaves me to thank him. I'm sure he'll join us again. And Coach Becky Nyoni. And you get the best thanks because of your support. Thank you so much. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing here on ZBC TV. From everybody here at ZBC TV Sports, fronted by our producers Bevan Finrai and Jacob Branya. We say, remember to take care of your loved ones and each other. I'm Charles, CNN Mabika. Until we meet again, it's bye-bye for now.
Hello. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm okay.
But say, but kuri go. Namuzi na mama yeye pane Tanzania pari bo chichi. Saka tangoti mama bochi yandi chimbono kukura tiri lodge. Saka mimi taitondo tenga room. Mungu nataraza maromu yenyu.
Okay, ndio kujitsa.
And timbo vatara room je one day na mama.
Okay.
Majuju ndio unoka.
Kunga kopile nditi.
Aiwa.
Komunisa. Ndi right mu right right.
Muri pekuba.
Ndati wangu mpetri wangu.
Oh, mukabose.
Ndiri bo ko mukago asimuda ubura.
Ndoda mbopinda mutauni 2 minutes.
Oh. All right.
Ndandati ndichauya ndokuoneka izvi zvino ndaona mwanangoti zini bedroom ndikati ndibosiya munhu azorore zvake.
Dandishuya.
Handitika.
Ko ndakanzwa kuti makasvika kumba kwa Sama.
Oh, kuzvipiko ndaingopfuura kana ndichingozvifambira ndibva ndaona uchitsvaira pamba pamainzama. Zvanoita Mwari mufunge. Ndibva ndatoona uchitsvaira ndikati handingadarikizve.
So this is our executive room.
Executive?
Yes.
Wow. As we were prophecies.
No.
So what told you to be my executive? This is what we want, huh?
It's very nice.
Where is executives?
Okay. This is Acorn remote.
Acorn?
Yes.
Wow. More no chance. So, I can't go. No need you to say my room.
Okay.
How to go take away.
Oh, it's fine.
And the guy got about the radio. Take what I take for 1 days or
Okay, so you can enjoy your stay.
I was fine, thank you.
Okay.
We are going to go do that transaction now.
Okay.
Hey.
Yo. What you feel?
Okay, so what's this? We're going to go there.
Ndakatsvaga because murume wangu akususpect plus ari kuita madouts nemunhu so tikaonana kunoku zviri nani
Madouts nenhumbu? Saka zviita sei?
kana ramba chindinetsa nechokwadi totongochiziva nongomudza kachokwadi
chokwadi chi?
baba mwana wayana baba vake ndo aziva nongomudza kakuna baba mwana
Watangawo zvimwe zvinhu. Unoenda kuzobva nekupika. Unomudza chokwadi kuti iwe semukadzi make sure kuti doubt you remove the doubt.
Rega ndivaone mainini. Hazvizoiti zvinhu.
Taurai. Vakandiudzazve vakati tete vakadarika nekuno. Ndikati nevedu tete shuwa rudo rwenyu rumwe runozonyanya kani vedu.
Watokuudzai mainini? Inini ndanchingorivarawo ndanchiti ndichakuudzai. Ndakapfuura ndikavaona zvangu. Ari right zvekuti.
Handiti?
Ndipamba pawo pakanaka mufumi.
Aiwa makaita basa munozwa aiwa Mwari wakukomboreresho kutaura chwa kana yesa makataura ka zvikanzi aiwa kana muna tete vemani rudo ndikati ko zvikanzi vakadarika pana pa uchindiona kuti ndizokuona maini
kwa mimi kamuri hama yangu nemengu papi pachona pandingazoti ndaona maini ndovafura imimi muri mukadzi wangu chokwadi mese muri vakadzi vangu ndokudai mese
aiwa zvinotendwa zveshuwa tete
aiwa pakanaka
Mwari wakukomborere gendipedzise zvatandichiita nechi
ndipfeke bhutsu ndodzangosara zviri right here
zvinoona ndatokakama tichipinda ndatotaura kuti nditete makachena
aita basa murori
aiwa muri
2 minutes ndodzoka maimani
asi kuita mukwashaka yemukagochena kudai rega ndinyara
For your own safety.
For my own safety.
Sure. You should want to know that you're my secretary. Image you come and need to see. Besides the image you come and, why should you know as you are?
Boy, when dependent where the grocery funga session. All those you funga nice.
You should take away executive room, Bajuna. You walk to Kanasa Tatanga, out of the hands of Kanasa Mutiaj. Imagine magic yoga Gary.
Sunday about gender be someone.
Young suspect, I see I get in a woman. And Baganaka Panaka, was on the roof. What is he? So,
thank you. Thank you.
I don't know if I'm going to do some 200 of another. Didn't is due down to the hotel. Portion rather than another. No guy do it.
Yeah, I don't know to do it.
Yeah, I want to pay the intro to put that deal was what you want to do one. So the deal already. How to bless the poor. Anyway, let's for now, let's forget about your husband. Let's forget about the doubts in husband. Let's enjoy our executive room. I can do the scarf, Nakubada, let me enjoy.
Okay.
Kune chimwe zvikoro for example pakandava vakauya vachitaura kuti havana printer havana laptop vari kutoenda kwamakoni kana kudema kunotaipisa maexam evana saka takazouya neprinterwo nelaptop tikavapa kuti vavanowanika vachibatsirika.
Ndichasimudzira vana vamaseke kubva kumadrugs vanowana pekutandarira uyezve mafine motor skills avo achanyatsokuda zvakanaka.
Takuenda pazvimajuwelara takagadzira zvemusoro zvemuhuro.
Buffalo akatoita zvekukopera mapikicha but aripo handaona natsobuditsa yese but hazvizvingoni. This is our job PD.
The taxes that are being proposed have got largely a threat in terms of disposable incomes for our citizenry.
So we need to do what is called strategic collaboration, which feeds into planning and implementation. Because now that the budget has been announced, it has to be aligned towards the Vision 2030 mantra.
Our youth these days are just all about hustling and wanting quick money. What's your take when it comes to youth empowerment, and what is your advice?
I think as youth, we need to remain focused. Let's focus on the opportunities that the government is dishing us out.
The bitter enmity between the Lopez Mendes and Aragon de la Rosa families escalates each day.
I can understand there's competition between your company and my family's. But if that dispute goes as far as war between the families, it's absurd.
It's absurd. Lopez Mendes killed my brother because he fell in love with a woman. If I get hit once, I hit back 10 times. So go and ask for answers from that miserable man that gave birth to you.
It's a fierce, blood-seeking feud. In the mix of the hostility is the innocent and impulsive young Camila, who in her search to find her brother uncovers the secrets of the two families' rivalry. The exciting telenovela Wild Skin every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, 21:30 hours, only on ZBC TV. Your voice, your choice.
Come in.
Mona.
Yes, mwana wao. Naso wao wosvara ngoma komu.
Kasora zvangu ndimotapata mane foni yangu.
Ndikuta wanongwaje.
Mukwasha. Tosvika kuroorwa nemabasa enyu muti ndoroorwa here. Nomunhu wenyu. Totamba zvangu gemu.
Aya. Iwe nyautoreve ndo nyaya ndafambira pano. Iwe wamukuru. Muimba akaimba akati wazviona siya zviriku vawazvinzwa zvisiyewo zvaka ukazvitora unoparadza zvakawanda.
Kuti munakuzeko kuti uzoimba kai.
Aiwa ndikuda uyiwazve mwana mai handiti misiri vanhu ero handisi kubvuma kuti iwo zvauri kufungidzira ndizvo kwavati hazvisi pandiri kuti handigambwi hondo nevatongwa ndodzoka zvandokwa hondo newo mwana mai vavo.
Hondo papi bhuti ini ndinongoti siyanai nemabasa enyu amunoitai. Handina hondo yandinorwa nemi. Mabasa enyu aya ndo andinenge ndichirwa nawo mabasa aya. Enge nyaya yenyu ndiri kutoona matobvuma kapo. Mabvuma
iwe kutora nyaya pasiripo ini ndinokukutsiura pozi wakuita seunonosvika uchitaura nevanhu ndakahwa nyaya yekuti wakaenda kwako kuna mainzama vana mhosva panyaya iyi. Ini ndiri kuti inini newe
makahwa nevanhu vapi kana kuti vakatokudza mainzama vacho.
Ndizvozvo wazvi ndiri kuti inini newe kana patetiri pavanhu tofanira kutsigirana sevana vanyamunhu. Handikuona bhozi ramangwana muimba akaimba akati mukama ungezwe nesipo setsvina ndiri wako weropa paukama muzi wenhamo tinochemana inewe muzi wenhamo tinochemana inewe pachedu tiri ropa paukama.
Aiwa ine zvisizvo zvititorerit pamwe makanzwa maichuchu vachimbotaura ini zvise ndozviziva but handambovhura ndakambokuputsana maichuchu. Iwewe ndivandoda kuti ugadzirise unhu hwako usiyani nezvawakaita izvi chete ndisika ndichitochema newe pava ndiri kutochema newe zvakanakisa kusei musiri kuda kusiya unhu nenyuzvo.
wamana mai wangu. Iwe siyana nehuno wako.
Upi?
Wotokaona zvinhu. Siyana nezvo, siyana nazvo. Handina chandikuzana namaisama. Iwe siyana nazvo. Uzvibere foni yako. Uchaona muchinda wako zvakanaka. Ndiratidze kuti muchinda wako.
Hapana muchinda, ndototya kutororwa. Aiwa.
Asi zonda kutaurira usiku. Ndatokuimbira nenzira.
Musereni munhu. Ndapedzawo.
Vanoda kuti Thomas, bamunini mukazondinyepera mukadii aizoteranywa here.
Aya ndiyo ende mairevesana imi
Natoreka ndende nemi muye muone saka for now ndoramukiradzwa muchiona nzvimbo because mugaisi wangu chaichai hapa pandoramba muchiona nzvimbo kuita kana kuzokuti interview makuya muchiziva pahotel upenyu pakaita sei hamukupaona. Nyaya dzekudhauta ndandai kuudza kuti it's less than a kilometer from Kwekwe city center. Asi panongokuona kudai watosvika chi panzvimbo
saka ndapinda
pagazania. Mukaonzana moshanda kupi? Gazania. Michato zvii zvose whatever you want to do, this is the place. When I say I'm connected, my guru, when I say I'm connected, you must know that this guy is connected. Regai botana kuti mwini navo mukati mosara then ndodzoka nokutora imongo muchingoona nzvimbo iyi ndepenyu pabasa zvepewedu.
handizivi kuti ndokutendai sei.
Mainini kuwaripiko mfano wangu kwaiji ndozati ndewanda ndadovinga panapa ndichiti wane nguva ndisingamuoni ndikati no ndikanitoita kusvika pambo.
Manje makangovuya musina kumufonera munowanzogona
agariwo pamba
ari masikati anoswero wachitsvaga
asi munhu womurume ungadiye ndatoti chirega ndipfuure ndichimutore tingotiwo kana maviri matatu apa pasera apa zvino hapo
motozoita zvokumufonera rimwe zuva panenge ari free.
Zvakaoma asi mainini tiri panyaya iyoyi mona ini zvangu ndakazvimirira ndakadai ini pachamo ini vanhu ndakavarambira pachena.
Parisei baba zangu rwa?
Basa paripo. Parisei baba.
Aiwa bo.
Tanjika.
Muna nzvimbo yenyu
thanks.
Nambo yangu kumaza tega michichi saka ndine namaiguru vangu varikuda kuita wedding pana. Saka ndo vari ndikati maiguru yamutaimaona nzvimbo. Saka ndachingopona mukuratidzawo nzvimbo yenyu rumu chichi vachingoona panzvimbo.
Saka totonga nokumarunzo.
Ndiko rikaendwa koti mukuratidza nzvimbo zvose ne havakuona nzvimbo yose kuitira vanhu vakuzoiwa pamuchato vanenge vachiziva topenda pagazania zvito zvakamira so rikaendwa dani.
Maini dai makawa pandakaiwa nyaya iyoyo ndichiramba ndichitsika madziro.
Shuwa inene bamukuru ningadaro here.
Ndakati ini sama ndakagara naye ini ndikamu ari chana tikati agoita upenzi hwakadai sama haisi sasikamani ndozvandakaramba ndikati hakuna zvinhu zvakadero ndakang'ara
handizvozvo chaizvo bamukuru.
We've seen that we also need to actually move into a green energy whereby we are promoting biogases, and we have realized that there is actually a money into waste.
Water is essential in a household. So where a woman would just walk for 5-10 minutes to get to the nearest borehole or river, the rivers have gone dry. The boreholes, water tables are much lower. So it might mean this woman has to be at that borehole for an hour, 2 hours, because they need to bring a bucket of water home, or it just lengthens the journey, to the nearest borehole. Hence, we are having this conversation about placing women at the center of the climate justice agenda.
standards.
Noma standard. All right. Number rooms mangaba
10 rooms.
10 rooms.
Standard. 8 standard to 2 my executive.
I'm also aware. Executive. Yeah. I'm one of those my artists, man. Maybe I'm a corner. Yeah. We want to do it in Bochichi. Baba, was your my good. What I do. You didn't cut my dog where she one night. We just want to see.
Wow.
Okay, to my office where you want to go die.
We don't get nyora chichi. Aita zao.
Anu mukuziwa. My good.
Ndio wardrobes edu akuno.
So se go.
Yeah. Na wardrobes ao wanenge wachiita zvavo kusama wardrobe ao. Ani mukuona ka.
My good. Ndimoda kuona. Ndimoda kuona my good. Ko masimora mazona my good.
Makrimora pamwe. Robika tia keto yake i.
Sokoroki.
Makrimora yake tia yake kapu yake. Nikafiri chikake TV airport. Wow. Bathroom mama wana andiweza.
Asi ngoti mainini imi muri muramu futi kanditi ndandichitoti nini pandakatoiwa nyaya iyo ndikatoti ni right kuindasiyana nabajuju kana imi makagona kusvita nabajuju ndingazvitadzeni atakasiyana nyangoti
bamukuru idzadzo nyaya dziri kutaurwa inyaya dzenhema but pari pakusiyana nababa juju makasiya
kusiyana papefu handingori baba ofuti
uri baba but baba juju ane cheuviri imime
mani ndosaka ndandichiti nini hamutsigiriki munozange chida kutombotitsigirane
munongowandawo nemapeji kai
maiguruka kana mukasapa testimony gore rino maiparese saka isu mukuruka saka ichingoona tichienda ukunatimbonogara kuzvibenju so that tichikoplan maweddings anongoitiwa vanhu mapati vanhu vanongoita kuve maconference unomupanapa mukati umu allright
saka zvese swimming vanoita swimming yavo mawalking chikafu vanouya vachita order chikafu chavo
maplatainformation yose maiguru kuitira
mabhega plata toit
wapedza rekatimboona
iripo mongofambawo muchidada muchingoona
rekatimboona nzvimbo
aiwa
maita basa
ndipedze navo tichingokuzviitira maiguru kanoona nyaya dzenyu kuti magetsi kana
ndazopinda
kana pane
iko zvinezva handidi kana kuva munhu anoti kana pufu kana kutaura anything chakashata pamusoro penyu nekupinda kwandaita
asi mweya wekudha kuti wangobva kupi nai maiguru
handiziva ngangoriwo satani mufunge zvenyu bamuni vangu but hei inini ndichishanda pano
munakira makaita
vachandiguta
komaseofi maimusekotogwa musekodai sana kumira muchindo wangu akadzoka because muchindo wangu ndiye anenyangadzoka
saka
ndiye achingodzoka iyema kutonzi interview interview hapana zvehowana hose iyeyo achitaurawo ana achiripota kwamuvi
asi ugoona ka baba kiki ndo vavanga kuti ndidhaute
kwai chinobakiki
hanzi murume uyo uri kumunzwisisa ndovakatotaka kuti nditokubvunza imusuya
igodo bakiki igodo
ndazviona
makuwanda nemapeji kudiko mune pamurume
nine wangu ndiri kutaura pakutambazve
anyway but kana bamunini wauya mozorodza ndambopfuura nepanapa kana vakurumbidza vanondowana ndiri pabhawa kana kuti vanondibhipa tofona bheki kuti kana ndiripo vanobva vauya asi next time
munongoti vanokufonerayo
ndangotokuda pamudzowarenera asi muromo wamavhuro kuenda kasiyana nabajuju musaramba muchivhura muromo
ende vane vanga vasingadi kuti ndiwane basa ndikatovarambira koye izi ndeyatovanyoka manje yomumusha da kutsikwa musoro kudai tsikwa chako kutsikwa ndatondikanganisira bhoya kuti akauya musina achindudza nyaya dzemakota hanzi makazoonekwa mukazodi ndakamuignoa hanzi mimi
izvi unoshura nei
hanzi makaonekwa nasama ndakaita kurambira kutoignoa handichatoti idzi nzeve dzangu zvitanda kudai
kubvagwadza zvinyaya basa izvi ndakaivaita ugwazi ugwadziwa vanhu ndikazvoma kuita vari kugwadziwa vanhu vari kugwadziwa imi zvomuita maiguruka vanhu vaignore people
kubva nhasi and anything ikozvoka achatouya kana kuti neinformation ndodorova handichada
imukaudzwa information ngaipinda nekuko muburisana nekuko muchidhilita imongozva kuti muri pachi muri pabasa vembe akanaka maiguru
ende ndafara kaniwo maconnection emama maonarinde bamini vangu ava
pabasa vembe akanaka maiguru pabasa penyu ndikwakuda kuti kuchata kechipiri namaijuju
ende iko zvino izvi izi nababa kiki
ndonyoka sokuviri
handikana vaona
ukaponda musoro kada musoro upanda musoro
miraone izi ndakamba cold shoulder
ndozvaano
akatoshamisika
iwe munhu wechirumana izi
anotaurisa ane makuru
aida kuitwa mukadzi
ndakatomudza kuti toda kundikanganisira bhoya yangu nababa juju ende nyaya iye kwasamai iko zvine anyone anongotaura anondiona
apanyaya dzongomukundwa nevanhu vatingofurima nyaya dzamaturu asi pano
pakandotoshayawo kuti
pasa penyu maiguru
asi mundiregerere bamini
ndakuregerera advance kuregerera in advance
aiwa ndosaka
pabasa penyu pakanaka
aiwa
mapinda riga mapinda job
saka zvepei vanozondudza
izvo motaura nemukuru manje ina handichisikwa
maiguru furu yavhetomuka yakakurova kudani
furu yacho irikurwadza
irikurwadzaka ndotonzwa kaneswe rabva ratoenda zvatoenda
pakaipa
aiwa amoita bhono kufukira here
mbosama
nanditika
ndanditi titendada kuvhunza something kodiswawo ndirongovhunza tunyaya
chifuti maiguru
mubhudhi venyu ava kuona vachingouya muno mukuzotaura neni kuzotaura neni pane something chavari kunyengerera plus musoro ndakadaridzana navo amene kuti song yavaimba ukanzwa song iyoyo yavakuimba panenge pane nyaya chii chiri kumbonyatsoitika chaizvo panofamba tete
maiguru
sure there's something wrong
zviripi kwaiwa bhudhi kwaizvo nechirorwazvo nangondimeo kutondituma kuti kwai ndichirorwa
ndonyaya yacho
ndonyaya yacho nayavaimba kwaizvo ndokuda kuti ndikuudzika kuti chirorwa ndokubatsira sehama yangu ndatoshai kuti kubhudhi vanoreveiko aiwawo
zvabhudhi venyu watete zvakaoma but munoziva chenyu ana iro nyaya vaitaura indiona sekuti vari right zveshuwa tete moziva tinowirirana zvedu zvekuti asi kugarisana plus makore ari kufambawo kwamuri handimukuona saka mukaitawo muchitsvagawo munhu umoitawo naye imba murorwa atilisti zviri nani tozongopotawo tichishanyirana pati semunhu mukadzi unodawo murume ndikungorevera hangu musanditora nepasiripo ndikungorevera hangu kuti zvavaitaura hazvina kuipa vanonzwirawo hanzvadzi yavo handiti sevanhu veropa aiwa ndikungoti muzoti gulezi pamwe hameno zvimwe zvinhu moziva tinotora nyaya nepasiripo
aiwa inosvika nguva regai ndoroorwa manje manje
handitika plus ndezvamwari izvi
aiwa
hauzviudziri kuti ndaakudai akandipedzisa kubika ndikupeite
mapinda nopedzisa alright my dear uruhuru ndosaka bhudhi vachiita zvavanoita akutotaura kazvoda kutondidzinga aiwa neniwo chandinozvinetserawo regai bhudhi vaite zvavanoita
end gender-based violence and every form of harmful practices against women, girls, as well as men. This is the message which characterized this year's 16 Days of Activism Against Gender-Based Violence International Campaign, which kicked off on the 25th of November 2023. The theme for this year's international campaign is Unite, Invest to Prevent Violence Against Women and Girls. Government, through the Ministry of Women Affairs, Community, Small and Medium Enterprises Development, continues to support and express its commitment to protect the rights and safety of women and girls. In 2021, His Excellency, the President, Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, signed the Multi-Sectoral High-Level Political Compact, HLPC, in 2021, making Zimbabwe the first African country under the Global Spotlight Initiative as a show of its commitment to the goal of ending GBV and harmful practices. On the 26th of November, the nation joined the rest of the world to mark the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence through national commemorations which were held at Hauna District, Mutasa District, and Manicaland Province.
Ndikwenyerei baba vari padhuze kuti zvanzi chinotadzisa munamato wenyu kunzwika kusagara zvakanaka namadzimai. Nyatsai kuvaudza kuti zvanzi mukagara navo zvakanaka izvozvoni idzoni zvinoitisa kuti minamato yenyu uye chibayiro chinonhuhwira pamberi paJehovha Mwari. Ukava mumwe wanoshanya kushoko raMwari ukaenda kuna sekendi Samuel chapter number 13 tinoona vana baba vasina kudzingiswa neshoko raMwari, vana manyenga vana vachibata hanzvadzi chibharo. Ndiudzirei baba vamunavo padhuze kuti zvanzi mai vamunavo vakakwana. Mukakirwe wengoma ndi1 akagadzira akashandisa foroma 1. Vaudzei mushe kuti zvanzi auya mupurisa rauya nkonjo kuzokuudzai kuti varume namadzimai ngatigare zvakanaka. Vana mai vomusaro vana baba nokuda kuti vari kuvana baba vari kuchaiwa but vachizotya kumhan'ara. Vana baba kana mukarohwa mukasamhan'ara muri kutishaisawo basa ratakauyira kuzosevha nyika yeZimbabwe. Wese anenge angomhirizhonzwa ngaanange kumapurisa ondomhan'ara ikoko kuti tisatambira mari yenyika tisina zvataita.
The local traditional leaders in the province, represented by Chief Mutasa and Ishesa Chirera, as well as religious leaders, were among the community duty bearers who spoke out and condemned GBV and its impact in their communities.
Mukadzi akaenda kupinda basi mutaundi wosingabvumirwa asi pazvakazotanga wano chituku zvakasvikazve pakuti mukadzi anopiwa half pay asi munoita basa rakafanana. Saka ndopakawane kudzikisirwa kwevakadzi ipapo. Zvino pari nhasi pakutaurwa nyaya yekuti 50-50